Hey, all y'all spirits out there. All right, if you wonder why I'm in this position, today we are going to be making some jewelry, some rings, some other stuff. Who knows? Who knows? Whoever we're in the mood for, I'm just going to make some products. And I'm in this angle so I can show y'all exactly how I do it. Maybe you can learn some tips or tricks. And if you already know what you're doing, maybe you can inspire some creativity by watching this. So let's just get to it. Let's get to it. I'm going to start with making some copper rings. That's what I'm gonna start with. And usually when I make rings be like easy for me. They be kind of simple, copper rings. I just take about, I don't got no ruler. I don't got no ruler on me. But this look about a little bit longer than 12 inches. I'm gonna say maybe like 13, 14 inches of, I like to use 18 gauge copper wire to make rings, but I really like to use a different range. I like 20 gauge, 18 gauge, 22 gauge. I like a different variety depending on what type of rings I be making. But right now we're using 18 gauge copper wire. And usually to make my rings, I'm gonna get me a ring sizer, y'all, but I don't have one right now. But I've been using these highlighters, the ones that be going from like thin to like a little bit thicker. Here's a better one, an example. I've been using these to make different ring sizes. But my ring sizer is coming on Amazon, so I'll be using a ring sizer soon. But for now, if you don't have one, like I don't have one, just use a highlighter or like a marker or something. Cause these come in handy, bruh. Too handy. But anyway, depending on the type of design I want to go for, it's critical at this just blank stage for me. Because I can leave it right here and just start wrapping it around here and make some type of design. But usually, my newest thing, what I've like to been making lately, I like to make these little rose rings. So I'm gonna teach you how to make a little rose ring, a little copper rose ring. So yeah, 14 inches of copper wire, and then measure it in half, or like try to fold it in half, try to get it even. And then once you got it like folded in half, you're gonna take some pliers. You're gonna crush the end of it to make sure that they're touching together, but not like clumpy and stuff. You want it to look seamless, I'm gonna show y'all. Like that. And then I'm gonna pinch it together with my fingers and bring it close. But even if it don't go close all the way, it's okay, because when you start wrapping it around the highlighter, it's gonna tighten up on its own and get close on its own. So just pinch it with your fingers close as best as you can until it's in half like this, and they're right next to each other. And then you're gonna take your highlighter. I'm gonna use the blue one because I like the blue one better. Cause it's like, I don't know, I just like it better. So anyway, I'm gonna take the highlighter, and then I'm gonna take my copper and wrap it around whichever like part of it I want, which size I want. If you want like a big ring, use like the base of the highlighter. If you want like a smaller ring, use like, the top. But if you want an even smaller ring, if you have even smaller fingers, you can use like the cap. Sometimes I've used like the caps of the highlighters because they're smaller sometimes than the actual marker itself. So if you have real small rings, just use the highlighter cap. Anyway, just wrap it around, and then you're gonna cross them over like this. Now this stage is a little bit critical too, depending on what type of rose ring you want. If you want like a rose ring with a crystal in the middle, like it's like the wire is wrapped around it, but like a pop of colors coming out, this is where you would take the crystal. I'm gonna show that on the other example. We're gonna do a plain rose ring, and then we're gonna make another rose ring with a pop of color. So Don't even worry about that stage. Like I said, cross it over. And now this part is actually just like the easiest part. Basically, you're just going to twist it around each other. You can use your pliers for this, or you can use your fingers. It really don't matter. And you just twist it around each other in the direction you want it to go to. Yep, just keep twisting them. And yeah, like it's pretty simple to make a rose ring. See? Just keep twisting and twisting. And twist it some more. And then if you want, you can make leaves with it. I usually just make I just keep it with the rose in the middle. But if you want to make leaves with your rose, leave a little bit out at the end. But if you don't, just tuck it completely. Take your pliers, where's Ethe was in, and tuck it under some of the folds you already did, so it looks like it's seamless. See, I tucked it under, and now you can't see that strand. And now we're gonna finish wrapping the rest of it. We're gonna take it, finish wrapping it, and I'm making sure to wrap it towards the bottom so I can tuck it under so you can't see them anymore. This is a big rose, so I kind of used a lot of copper. This is a big rose ring. Usually my rose ring would be a little smaller. It'd be a small, tiny rose. So I guess you can use a little bit less than 14 inches, y'all. The size, the more copper you use, the bigger your rose. So if you want a really, really big rose ring, use a lot of copper. But I guess you can use even about 8 inches of copper and it will still be a cute, small little rose ring. So I guess the size varies. And boom, just that simple. Slide it off the thing. Got your little circle base. See that little pointy tip right there? If it can focus down. Y'all see that? Anyway, it's a pointy little sharp tip. So if you have sharp ends like that, you're just going to take your pliers. You're going to tuck it inside the rose. So it's not going to stab anyone. Tuck it inside the rose. Tuck all the thorns in. You don't want any sharp thorns today. And boom, we are done. Slide it on and we are done. Quite simple, literally. Boom, boom, boom. And that is your plain copper rose ring. Now we are going to make a rose ring again. This time we're going to do the pop of color in the middle. And we can choose really any crystal you want for this. I have crystal little beads for the pop of colors. That's my dog, y'all. What is it right now? That's my little dog right now. Right now, you okay, boy? Come here, boy. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this boy. Look at him. He's such a baby. He's such a baby. Alright, Rana, go sit down, boy. Go sit down. Thank you, thank you. Anyway, like I was saying, y'all. Plain copper rose ring. Now, let's do the next one. I'm gonna still take the same amount, 14 inches, about 14 inches. Because I guess that's the size I'm using today. And like I said before, pretty much the same base, the same starting out. Take it, fold it in half, make sure it's even. Take your pliers, pinch the very end of it to make sure it's close all the way together. Close it some more. Close all the way together, make sure it's straight. And then use your fingers to pinch the rest close. Well, as close as you're gonna get it. Take your highlighter, And you're gonna do the same thing as you did before, wrap it around, and here's where it gets different. You see right here, we're not going to twist it over and start the rows. What we're going to do, we're going to take the part that's apart and split it. And then you're going to take this end, the end that's closest to the wire that's together, and you're going to put it over that end and then tighten it back around. And by over that end, I mean like this. See how the thick line is in between the two skinny ones? That's how it's going to be. I'm going to take one of the small lines. Either one, it doesn't really matter which one you do. Just take one of the small lines. I'm going to take the top one. And you're going to pick out a crystal that you have, or that you want, or a little bead. It doesn't even have to be a crystal bead. For a pop of color, it can be like a little glass bead. It can be like any type of little bead, as long as it's like, well, it depends how big your rose is. If you have a bigger rose ring, you can use some bigger circular beads, some bigger beads. If you want like a small little ring, I would just advise using like the little chip beads, little crystal chip beads, or small beads like that. Like I said, it don't have to be the crystal beads. It can be any type of small bead that's colorful. I'm gonna take my bead. I'm gonna take, what type of ring am I feeling today? Today is Tuesday. What type of crystal am I gonna put on this? I want a citrine. That's what I'm feeling, because we're being creative today. Citrine is great for creative energy, you know? So let's put citrine on there. Putting it, I'm using the top line. Man, I'm trying to get this to fit. Sometimes it don't always fit on the wire. Sometimes the wire don't fit in it. It's gonna fit though. Okay, yep. Get in there. Get in there. Boom. Dang. It's cracking. No, it's not. It's good. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, you're just gonna push your bead all the way down to the base. Right where it's at. And now that your bead or your pop of color, whatever you're using, is in the middle. So looking like this now. You got your line, your thin line, one of the two that you use for your crystal bead, that's pointed up. You got your thick line, and then you got your other thin line. And now, either direction you want, you're just gonna start twisting them around. See, I put it back down. So we're just twisting. And you want to hold your bead down. Sometimes it might want to come up, but you want to hold it down and make sure it don't come up as you twist it around it. You finna like bury it essentially with copper wire. And wrap these around it and bury it nice and tight. Yep, you're just gonna keep on wrapping around. Yep, just wrap. Trying to keep the spiral tight. I don't want it to be a loose spiral. Whew. Okay, I'm reaching the end of this one. I'm going to take my pliers so I can round it out and tuck it. Tuck. We'll tuck this one. That one set us in. Let's tuck it. Whew. And now I'm at my last one. around it out. And then I'm going to tuck that one as well. Okay. And boom. You have you another, actually, let me just put it on so I can show you guys. You have you another flower or rose ring, but now it's like a crystal or a bead or pop color in the middle of it. Now we got two. Our plain one, or a crystal one, or a bead one. Boom, 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 boom. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. And that is how you make some copper rose rings. Boom, boom, boom. That's how you make some copper rose rings. And you guys can follow me on all social media platforms at Vine Aqua or EtherealEthe. Find me on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Pinterest. You know, check out my Pinterest, y'all. You know, you guys can either like post some of the pictures of you guys making some rings and see your guys' designs, and that would be cool. I have like a whole copper ring section on Pinterest, so check me out, check me out. I'll be looking at all types of people and post my own stuff too, so I will leave all of that in the description below. But I hope y'all have a good day or night whenever y'all are watching this, and I'll catch you guys next time.